The Magic the Gathering core set is as storied as the game is old. First appearing in Magic the Gathering's very first set, Alpha Edition, back then called a base set, these form the perfect starting point for any would-be Magic the Gathering player, as well as providing color-defining staples for any existing Magic player. How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to our brand new Magic the Gathering series that I am tentatively calling Magic the Gathering Flashback, a series where I take a look at every single Magic the Gathering set that came out while I was on hiatus, and I just want to give the sets an honest and fair shot. This is going to be a 10-part series, and we're going to kick it off with none other than Magic the Gathering Foundations, the latest, at the time of this recording, Magic the Gathering core set, a fundamental part of the game ever since its original inception with Magic the Gathering Alpha. Now, Foundations does a lot of different stuff with the core set, starting with how long it's legal in Standard. So this set was actually released in November of 2024 and will be Standard legal until at least 2029. So that is a good chunk of time for a set to be legal in Standard, especially for Magic the Gathering. It's very uncommon. In fact, the first time I've ever seen this happen. Usually, back in the olden days, core sets would follow about a year structure where every year you'd get a brand new core set and it would be legal until the next core set. Foundations also features 133 brand new cards as well as 136 reprints. So this is kind of a 50-50 new cards and reprints type set, which is also fairly uncommon, at least for the initial Magic the Gathering core sets. For the longest time, core sets were only reprints, and things have changed over the years up until now where we have 50-50. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this booster box. We're going to take a look at every single pack. We're going to take our time, examine the mechanics, examine the flavor and the cards, and then come back here and we'll discuss my thoughts of Foundations. Is it one of the best Magic the Gathering core sets of all time, or does it miss the mark? Let's go ahead and jump into our top down and crack open my very first box of Magic the Gathering Foundations. Let's do it. All right, so here we have our very first booster box of Magic the Gathering Foundations. Now, specifically, these are play boosters, which if you're old like me, these are basically like your old regular boosters. There are other types of boosters these days. For a while, they had set boosters, and then, you know, there's also collector boosters, which are very expensive and just have a bunch of shiny cards and alternate arts and all that kind of stuff. But I really wanted to give play boosters the shot here for this series because I feel like this is where you get the actual sense of what a set is, both in terms of mechanics and flavor. So we're going to be doing play boosters for this particular series. And I do also want to note a couple things before I open up these booster boxes. This particular booster box was made in the USA. There are various printers throughout the world that make Magic the Gathering cards. I feel that the Japanese printers have the best card quality, but I just want to note where they are from every time we do one of these. And then also, Foundations is a 36 booster pack per booster box set. So we're going to be opening up 36 booster packs today. That will change over time because we're going to be going through sets that actually change the number of boosters per booster box over the course of this series. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack into this box. And like I said, we're going to be taking our time reading through a lot of the cards. Not literally every single card, but we'll be taking our time to check out the set and really get a feeling of what Foundations is. And they do have proudly displayed on the box art here, guaranteed foil in every pack. That is a newer change for Magic the Gathering. Foils used to be pretty rare. So, yeah. And if you couldn't tell, this portion of the video is going to be a lot less scripted, as in not scripted at all, compared to the beginning of the video. Learn to play Magic. Here's a QR code. Okay, I like that they have this. If you're a brand new player picking up Foundations, having something like this is really, really nice. And on the back, we have draft archetypes. Of course, this set, as all major Magic the Gathering booster set releases, you can play this draft or sealed, which people call limited. And here's some archetypes if you're playing the draft variant, which is very cool. We're not going to talk about what draft and what sealed are in this particular video, but just know they're great. Draft is one of my favorite ways to play Magic the Gathering. All right, are these all the same Looks like we have booster packs with all of the same art. I do want to keep that in mind. Just there's no bearing on this, but I just like checking it out. Here is the booster pack of Foundations, Play Booster. Old Magic packs used to have a lot of flavor text on here, but it doesn't look like we have that. We just have a bunch of, legalese. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack into our very first booster pack. Booster pack itself was really easy to open. I remember some of these older packs could be difficult. We have our very first card, the Elementalist Adept. 1 in a blue for a 2/1. Pretty good stat line. Has Flash and Prowess. Very simple. Prowess is an ability that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. I also want to note here that core sets do not follow any particular plot line, or they're not all in a single plane, so we can expect to see stuff from throughout Magic's multiverse. Luminous Rebuke, 4 and a white instant. It costs 1 less or 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature, destroy target creature. Okay, pretty solid. A lot of the cards that we'll see at common and uncommon, by the way, are going to be cards that you will likely want to play more so in draft than in a constructed deck, but some of these cards might make it into constructed decks. Gorehorn Raider, 4 and a red, creature, Minotaur Pirate, okay? It's a 4/4 for 5, that's not bad. It has Raid. When this creature enters, if you attack this turn, this creature deals 2 damage to any target. I like the Raid mechanic, especially on this card, because it incentivizes you to actually play the card after you attack, which is something that a lot of professional Magic the Gathering players do, or someone who plays a lot of Magic will say it's usually better to play your cards after you attack to see whether your opponent's going to block or see what they're going to do. So yeah, that's pretty good. We have Hungry Ghoul. I dig the art on this one here. 1 and a black for a 2/2. You can pay 1 and sack another creature and put a 1/1 counter on this. That's actually not too bad. Okay. Oh, classic. Giant Growth. 1 green instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. I love seeing the original boons come back. The original boons were introduced in Alpha, and those are Healing Salve, Giant Growth, Dark Ritual, Lightning Bolt, and Ancestral Visions. Not all of them are the same. So not all of them the same power level, but Giant Growth is pretty sweet. I mean, Ancestral Recall. I think I said Visions. It's Ancestral Recall. Armisaur Guide, 4 and a white for a 4/4 with Vigilance. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Okay, so this is a card that's basically saying, hey, play this in a deck that has a lot of creatures. You want to go wide with this color at least. So that's also cool to see. Cards that kind of like give you an idea of what, the colors do, right? So we have Giant Growth. Oh, this makes creatures big. Oh, this gives you benefits for going wide. We also have Black card that's like, okay, this gives you benefits for sacrificing your creatures. This one wants you to attack. This one, it can kill stuff, but it can only kill like slightly weakened things, things that are tapped. And this one, blue, you want to play spells. We also have Sanguine Siphoner? Siphoner? It's Siphoner. Sanguine Siphoner. The Y threw me off. 1 and a black for a 1/3. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I do like how it says each opponent, so that does incorporate the idea of multiplayer. If this is your first set, you're like, oh, multiplayer is a thing. So, very cool. I also really like the artwork and the theming on here. I think this vampire warlock is holding like a scorpion tail. I also like the flavor of a vampire, like draining your opponents. They lose life, you gain 1 life. Nice. And then flavor-wise, Bala Ged. This is from the plane of Zendikar, I believe. Needletooth Pack. So this is our very first uncommon. 3 in double green. For a dinosaur, 4/5, Morbid. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Once again, green reinforcing the idea of going big. I think this one can get pretty big and limited, actually. So, not too bad. We have another uncommon, Seismic Rupture. 2 and a red for a sorcery. Deals 2 damage to each creature without flying. A nice little, board wipe-ish type of effect. Red typically does this, but it does it with damage, and it's usually like lower amounts of damage. So, pretty cool to see this. And also it says, hey, red can't deal with flyers quite as well either. We have, ooh, Aetherize. This is kind of a classic here. This is a 3 and a blue for an instant. Return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand. Pretty nasty card, to be honest, for just being an uncommon. If your opponent's going all in with a big attack, you can just return them all to the hand. We call that colloquially bounce if you're watching this for the first time. Or if Magic is still new to you, I should say. We have another uncommon. There's a lot of uncommons in here. I have to go back and double check. Empyrean Eagle. 1, a white, and a blue for a 2/3 with flying, and other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. All right, this is once again, goalposting you, being like, hey, blue-white cares about flyers. Beautiful artwork on this card. Oh, Jason A. Engel, very, very nice. Beautiful. And then we have a rare Anthem of Champions. All right, so this is a gold version, multicolor version of a classic glorious anthem. So a green and a white for an enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1. I also just noticed that this is the first enchantment that we got. We didn't get any enchantments or artifacts at common and uncommon. I wonder if that's by design for this being a core set. And for uncommons, we got 4 uncommons. Typically for a lot of sets you get 3, but getting 4 here makes draft a little bit more powerful. We have our guaranteed foil. We have Cathar Commando, 1 and a white for a 3/1 with flash. And you can pay 1, sack this creature, and destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, nice. This is once again saying, hey, white is good at destroying artifacts or enchantments. We have a basic land, a full art mountain, and then we have an art card, which is something that's a little bit newer to Magic, that was first introduced in the original Modern Horizons. Because I remember when that came out, because I collected every single art card. Oh, hey, I recognize this artist as well. They've actually worked with one of my content creator friends doing like playmats and such. So what I'm going to do here is just for visual sake, I'm going to take out the rares. I'll put them there. I think I'll put all the foils here. Tokens and lands will go here. We'll do uncommons here. And then commons here. We're not going to be evaluating the cards in terms of value or anything like that, but I do like to sort them out for my own sanity for later. This is how I typically just open booster boxes. Even off camera, when I'm just kind of hanging out, this is what I do. All right, so we have Firebrand Archer. This is a great card, by the way. A 1 and a red for a 2/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Really nice. Once again, gives you reasons to just cast non-creature spells. This character in particular is from Amonkhet, the like Egyptian-themed plane. Next up we have Crypt Feaster, 3 and a black for a 3/4. Really bleak artwork here. Zombie. Has Menace, Threshold. I love that they're including a lot of these old mechanics. Threshold is a returning mechanic. We see this with a lot of these other cards as well, that cards that have Raid. Threshold says, whenever this creature attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, this creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So this can attack as a 5/4, once again reinforcing the fact that black likes creatures in the graveyard. Oh, okay, here we go. This is an absolute classic from Alpha, just like Giant Growth. Llanowar Elves. It's a single green for an elf druid. It's a 1/1, and you can tap it to add a green mana to your mana pool. I love that they included Llanowar Elves and the less lore relevant and more generic like Elvish Mystic. I like how they included the Llanowar Elves, the original. This is fantastic. This is a kind of a classic Kev Walker artwork. I think this is like maybe the 3rd artwork for Llanowar Elves and kind of harkens back to the original artwork. Next up we have Uncharted Voyage, 3 and a blue for an instant. Target creature's owner puts it on their choice of the top or the bottom of their library. That can be pretty brutal. And you also Surveil 1, which is a great mechanic where it will let you look at the top card of your deck, and you can put it back on top, or you can put it into your graveyard. Having this return the opponent's creature to the top of their deck is actually pretty rough, because it essentially blanks their draw. Or they can choose to put it on the bottom if they just want to draw something fresh. Also, I just want to talk about the artwork on this card. It is so cool. I do believe this is Kaldheim. Oh wait, no, this is first person to try sailing to the underworld. Oh, is this Theros? It's either Theros or Kaldheim. I assumed it was Kaldheim based on the ships, but it could also be Theros. I don't recall an underworld for Kaldheim, but to be honest, I don't know too much about Kaldheim lore. But I love these giant chains. It's extremely cool looking. Like you get a staunch sense of scale on that one. Ooh, Banishing Light at common. This is a downshifted card. Used to be uncommon. 2 and a white. This is an enchantment. When this enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Yeah, this is a great little removal. It's a more or less temporary removal, but in a lot of situations, it could just be permanent. That's a great one. We have Fanatical Firebrand. So this is 1 red for a 1/1 Goblin Pirate with haste, and you can tap it and sack it. It deals 1 damage to any target. This is a quintessential like red card, right? It's a small little dude that can attack immediately, and you can also sack him to deal some damage. You see a lot of that kind of effect in red. We have Elfsworn Giant. We have a big giant boy, or lady, or non-binary. I'm not sure. 3 and 2 green for a 5/3 creature giant. Has reach. And then Landfall, another returning mechanic. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 1/1 elf, green elf warrior creature token. Yeah, this seems pretty sweet for limited. We have Elvish Regrower. 2 and 2 green for a 4/3 creature elf druid. When this creature enters, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. All right, so it's kind of like an Eternal Witness, but you only get permanents. So it lets you get stuff back from your graveyard, which green is something that green does, but only cares about permanents specifically. Can't get your instants or sorceries. Next up, we have Bolt Wave for a single red. It's a sorcery. It deals 3 damage to each opponent. Ah, interesting. So we don't really have Lightning Bolt in this set. In fact, we have a slower version of Lightning Bolt that only hits your opponent. So this is just like, hey, you're gonna go face. It hits each opponent. So if you're playing multiplayer situation, it hits more than one player. But yeah, it is interesting that we see this one. I'm very curious to see if we'll have any other red damage-based removal in the set. We have Fishing Pole. Okay, it's a 1-drop artifact equipment. Equipped creature has you can pay 1, tap it, tap Fishing Pole. So you tap the creature and you also tap Fishing Pole. Put a bait counter on Fishing Pole. Whenever equipped creature becomes untapped, remove a bait counter from this equipment. If you do, get a 1/1 blue fish and it equips for 2. Very flavorful card. I've never seen this one before. Very cool. I love that they're including like some very flavorful, like mechanically designed cards. So you tap the creature, you tap the fishing pole, you cast your line essentially, and then when you reel it back in, you get a fish. That's cool. Here's our rare Banner of Kinship. It's a 5-cost artifact. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. This artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature you control of the chosen type. Creatures you can control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter. Okay, so this basically wants you to play this card when you already have a bunch of creatures of the same type, and then they all get huge if you have a bunch. So if you have like 4 elves and you choose elf, this will have 4 counters, and then all of your elves will get +4/+4. This seems like a slightly fixed version of Coat of Arms, which does something similar, but it just statically gives all your creatures +1/+1 for each other creature type of their type. Yeah, it's really good. Also, I love all of the little mice here from, I assume, Bloomburrow, which is going to be one of the sets that we check out for this series. Ooh, we got a mythic as well. Okay, we have Valkyrie's Call. 3 and 2 white for an enchantment. Whenever a non-token, non-angel creature you control dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control with a 1/1 counter on it. It has flying and is also an angel. Welcome, Worthy One. Beautiful artwork. Really cool card. This seems really powerful in Limited, especially. And I imagine Commander players probably really like this one, too. So yeah, whenever any of things dies, it just comes back. You have to play this with a lot of not angels. So you do not put this in an angel deck. You put this in like a non-angel deck, which I think is interesting. We're going to be putting all of our mythics here. And our foil is the Strongbox Raider. 2 and 2 red for a 5/2 with Raid. When it enters, if you attack this turn, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until end of turn. Until end of your next turn, you may play the card. Okay, so this kind of gives you sort of a card draw. You need a lot of mana to do this because it already costs 4 to play, and it is only on enter, so you're going to need to have mana to both play this and then hopefully play the card that you get from this effect. So that's an interesting one. We also have Scoured Barrens, a nice little tap dual land. It just enters tapped, and then when it enters, you gain a life, and it adds a black mana or a white mana. Yeah, it's great. There's a whole cycle of this for every color combination. And then we also have, hey, look, a little cute cat token. And on the back, we have a bigger cat token. So we have small white cat token, big green. Well, I guess they're both colorless. We got some cat tokens. We got the banner of kinship here. And then we have our, so we had 3 uncommons that time. I assume, well, not including the foil. I assume that's because we got the mythic as well. We will go quicker as we get through the box, right? We're not gonna read every single card, but we do want to really give each set like a fair shot. Sower of Chaos, 3 and a red for a 4/3 devil. Target creature can't block this turn. Okay, nice little way to make it so you know difficult for your opponent to defend in combat. Burglar Rat, 1 and a black. When it enters, each opponent discards a card. That's great. That's a great card. You actually run this occasionally in various other like constructed formats. Like you can see this type of card effect you can play in like Pauper or Pre-Modern actually, with not specifically this card, but similar type card. We also have Apothecary Stomper. Oh, just smashing, or it's not smashing the Apothecary Goods. It has the Apothecary Goods on it. So it's a 6-drop, 4 and double green for a 4/4 elephant with vigilance. And when it enters, you can choose one. You get plus two 1/1 counters on target creature you control or gain 4 life. So you see this ability a lot, I've noticed, that you can give counters to other creatures, which is really flexible, right? Makes it so you can actually pump up your other stuff rather than just the creature that you played. Also, you gain 4 life, which is kind of cool. Or you could gain 4 life. We have Big Fing Bouncer. Bro, this looks like a street shark. This is 3 and a blue for a 3/2. When it enters, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay, this is a Mana War type of effect. On older sets, you would get this as a 3-drop, 2 and a blue for a 2/2. So you get an extra point of power for your extra mana. It's less powerful, but you probably want that for this limited format. There's also a Shark Pirate, which is pretty cool. Fleeting Flight. For a single white, it's an instant, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. Prevent all combat damage dealt to it this turn. Okay, nice little combat trick. So you can pump up your dude and also prevent damage to it. So if it would trade, well, it doesn't in that case. We have another Firebrand Archer, another Sanguine Siphoner, Armasaur Guide Dinosaur, 4 and a white for a 4/4 dinosaur with vigilance. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, oh, I think did we already see one of these? Put a +1/+1 counter on creature you control. I think we might have already seen one of these. But yeah, pretty sweet card. I like how it has a bunch of like lanterns on it. Strongbox Raider. This is one that we got a foil of actually. We have Stromkirk Bloodchief. Yo, look at this art. It's a 2 and a black for a 2/2 Vampire Rogue. Big fan of any rogues. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target vampire you control. Once again, putting 1/1 counters on other stuff, not just itself, which I think is really interesting. We have an Offer You Can't Refuse. Oh, this is definitely a reprint from New Capenna, because I actually used this in one of my commander decks. An Offer You Can't Refuse is a 1 blue mana instant that says counter target non-creature spell. Its controller creates 2 treasure tokens, which they can tap them, sack them, and then add a mana of any color. This card is really powerful and really high power formats. I run this in some of my high power commander decks. But in like slower formats, it's not quite as good. Usually you put this and you counter something really powerful, a really powerful non-creature spell, and you don't really care that they get those treasure tokens. But in a format like this, hey, those treasure tokens might make the difference. They might be able to ramp into something a little bit bigger if you're playing limited, for example. So cool card, cool reprint. Next up, yo, Tiny Bones, let's go. I like this dude. Tiny Bones Bauble Burglar. I've not seen this version though. 1 and a black for a 1/3 legendary creature, Skeleton Rogue. Whenever an opponent discards a card, exile it from their graveyard with a stash counter on it. So we want our opponent to discard stuff. During our turn, you can play cards you don't own with stash counters on them from exile, and mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. And you can also pay 3 and a black to tap him. Each opponent discards a card, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, you can force your opponents to discard stuff and then basically steal them. That's cool. I really like this card. I really like Tiny Bones. He always cares about having your opponents like discard stuff. It's great. So we got Tiny Bones as a rare. Ooh, we got another rare. This is a foil legendary Alesha Who Laughs at Fate. So this is 1 of any, black and a red for a legendary creature human warrior 2/2 with first strike. Lesha, whenever Lesha attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Raid at the beginning of your end step. If you attack this turn, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Alesha's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. A good meshing of red and black. We get some reanimation, returning stuff from our graveyard to the battlefield, and we also get like a lot of attack matters stuff. Really sweet card. 3-drop, first strike. Yeah, pretty sweet. I will put this in the rare pile. We'll have mythics and rare supersede foil. We have Tranquil Cove. It's just the white-blue dual land. Beautiful, beautiful artwork on that. And then we have an adorable rabbit token, followed by a soldier token. I always thought this soldier looks like Guts from Berserk. If you know, you know. You should know. Berserk is fantastic, by the way. All right. So, I feel like we're getting a really good sense of flavor of the set, mechanics. We're going to go a little bit quicker now because we have 36 packs. So we have Firebrand Archer. We're also going to start seeing reprints. Apothecary Stomper, Big Fin Bouncer, Fleeting Flight, Gleaming Barrier. It's a 0/4 defender, wall for 2. When it dies, you get a treasure token. Okay, because it's a wall of treasure, so when you destroy it, you get the treasure. That's cool. Witness Protection, a single blue for an enchantment or enchant a creature. The creature loses all abilities and is a green and white citizen creature token with power and toughness. 1/1 named a legitimate business person. Nice. Nice. I do love the flavor of this. It just turns them into a 1/1. It's Witness Protection. That's cool. Frenzied Goblin. This is a nice returning card. It's a single red for a 1/1 Goblin Berserker. Whenever it attacks, you can pay 1. If you do, target creature can't block. Nice little aggressive card here. We have the Grappling Kraken. 4 and double blue for a 5/6 landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, tap target creature an opponent controls, and you put a stun counter on it. That's pretty sweet. Stun counter basically makes it so that it doesn't untap, and when you try to untap, you have to remove the stun counter instead. That's really annoying. So just big dude. We have Claws Out, like Knives Out. 3 and double white instant, costs 1 less to cast for each cat you control. Has affinity for cats. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. It's a pretty sweet effect, especially in limited, right? If you are running a lot of cats, you're drafting a lot of cats. Giving your whole squad +2/+2 for just 2 mana can be really powerful if you have 3 cats. So pretty sweet. We have a uncommon legendary Balmor Battlemage Captain. Blue and a red for a 1/3 bird wizard. Flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn and gain trample. Wow, this seems really strong. For a 2 mana card, it's a 1/3 with flying. And anytime you cast an instant or sorcery, all your dudes get +1/+0 and trample. That seems pretty powerful. Good way to like close out games. I like this one. We also have Mossborn Hydra. Love me a good Hydra. 2 and a green for a 0/0 elemental Hydra that just has trample. I love how it has the reminder text on trample since this is a core set. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. And then landfall, whenever land you control enters, you double the +1/+1 counters on this creature. Okay, this obviously works really well with anything that puts more +1/+1 counters on it. So if you can play this, put a lot more counters on it, and then play a land, it gets just huge and it has trample. This card is sweet. I like this one. We have Refute, a foil. Look at this owl. 1 and double blue for an instant, counter a spell, then draw a card and discard a card. Okay, I like this. So this is like an evolution of, Cancel, essentially. So Cancel was a counterspell that did this, but you didn't draw a card and discard a card. So this is Cancel, but better, because you also get some card selection. That's pretty cool. And then we have a Mountain. This is one of the ones with the Planeswalker on it, so this one is Chandra. And then we have a Scion of the Deep. It's a legendary 8/8 octopus token. And on the backside, we have Comus Coil, a 3/3 snake token, or serpent token. Yeah, these both come from legendary creatures. So I imagine that token is probably not super common. All right. We still have a lot of packs. We have a lot of packs to go. I can already tell, like, for future videos, I'm going to have to, get the speed up. I think what I might do is we might, chill open, like, the first 5 to 10 packs, and then after that, we'll go quickly. Fleeting Distraction. A blue, target creature gets -1/-0 until end of turn, draw a card. Yeah, nice little cantrip. Also shrink something. That's not bad. Healer's Hawk is a reprint. It's just a 1 mana flying lifelink 1/1 bird. I do like seeing all these kind of like classic cards here. Sure Strike. It is a 1 and a red. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. This is a great combat trick. You can pump up your dude either attacking or blocking to kill your opponent's guy. Fake your own death with Tiny Bones. Look at that. 1 and a black for an instant until end of turn. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains whenever this creature dies, return to the battlefield under your control, and you create a treasure. This card is sweet, actually. If you use this on a creature that has an effect when they enter the field, you can get that effect, and you also get a treasure, and hopefully kill your opponent's thing. I like this card quite a bit, and I also like that it has Tiny Bones on it. Bite Down. If I imagine this is probably a card that, maybe I've seen Bite Down before. I think it just deals damage to another creature. Yeah. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Yeah, sweet. You call this a fight, or I guess this one's a bite. Evolving Wilds, classic. You're just gonna a land that you can sacrifice and go search your deck for a basic land of any type and put it on the battlefield tab. This is good fixing in limited formats or on a budget. Here's the Gleaming Barrier. We have Affectionate Indrik. I've seen this card before. It's a 4/4, 5 and a green for a beast. When it enters, you can have it fight a creature you don't control. Fight just means they each deal damage equal to their power to each other. We have a Youthful Valkyrie. 1 and a white for a 1/3 flyer. Whenever another angel you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Okay, so this one wants you to care about angels, which are probably pretty hard to get, but it's a cheap flyer that just gets bigger. Like if you do this once, it's a 2/4 flyer. 2/4 flyer for 2 is like not bad. We have Skyship Buccaneer. 3 and double blue for a 4/3 flying raid. When this creature enters, if you attack this turn, draw a card. Okay, nice. Once again, I like it that it's encouraging folks to attack first and then play the card. Ooh, Time Stop. This is a classic. 4 and double blue for an instant. End the turn, and then it tells you what happens when you end the turn. Just basically stops everything. This is a cool card. I like that they included this in the set. I wonder if they included any take an extra turn stuff. They might have just included Time Stop instead. Oh, we have a mythic here. I can see the rarity down there. Let's see what we got. Oh, Progenitus, another sweet reprint. I didn't know they put Progenitus in this. So Progenitus is a 10/10 legendary creature Hydra avatar, and it costs 2 of every color mana. So double white, double blue, double black, double red, double green. Has protection from everything. And if it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle into its owner's library instead. The Soul of the World has returned. This is from Alara. I love the art on Progenitus. This was such an awesome slam dunk card back in the Alara block, which was, I believe, the first block that included Mythic. So this is one of the first Mythic cards ever made. This card's sweet, so yeah, I'll take that. Next up we have Goblin Borders. 2 and a red for a 3/2 Goblin Pirate. Raid, this creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it if you attack this turn. Okay, yeah. And then Split the Skulls and Split the Spoils. Breaches, Munitions Master. We also have another Tranquil Cove, and then a Spirit Token. I do like that they have the double-sided tokens. For some sets, they just put like ads on one side, and then the spirit, and then like the token on the other. But I like that in this one, they do double tokens, so you get more use out of it. So we have another Refute. Make your move, destroy target artifact or enchantment, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature, power 4 or greater. This card is sweet, dude. Maybe it might be too slow, it's 2 and a white, but back in the day, you would just get one of the, like enchantment or artifact or enchantment, or you'd have a separate card that's destroy target creature, power 4 or greater. The fact that you can do one of those 3 is really, really good. We have Crackling Cyclops, 2 and a red for a 0/4. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, this creature gets +3/+0. I see. Cyclops Wizard, so it just wants you to play a whole bunch of spells and attack your opponent for a whole bunch. Vampire Soulcaller, 4 and a black, 3/2 flyer. It's a vampire warlock. It can't block. When it enters, return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. This is really good, by the way. That effect right there, we call it the Gravedigger effect, is when a creature enters, you can return something from the graveyard back to your hand, is really good. Did I say graveyard to play? And graveyard to hand. Yeah, it's a really, really good effect. So, yeah, that's nice, especially for limited. Bushwhack, a single green, choose one, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put in your hand in the shuffle, or target creature you control fights a creature you don't control. This is really good as well. So this is just a 1 mana fight, or you can just go get a land. It just puts it in your hand, but hey, if you need it in a pinch, you need it. Light Shell Duo. Look at this little otter and rat. 3 and a blue for 3/4 with prowess. When it enters, Surveil 2. Okay, nice. I dig it. I like how including some of the Bloomburrow stuff. We have another Firebrand. Garruk's Uprising. 2 and a green for an enchantment. Is this a reprint? I think it's a reprint. Whenever this enchantment enters, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you get to draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. Whenever a creature you control power 4 or greater enters, you draw a card. Yeah, this is really good. You play big stuff in your green deck, and this gives you a nice little payoff for it. We have Ruby, Daring Tracker. This is definitely a character from Eldraine. Red and a green for a 1/2 legendary creature human scout that has haste. And when Ruby attacks, while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Ruby gets +2/+2. And then you can also tap Ruby to add a green or a red. That's really solid. Really nice uncommon there. We have Brineborn Cutthroat, 1 and a blue for a 2/1 with flash. Whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Okay, so this definitely is like, it's definitely different than Prowess, right? Because it rewards you for playing stuff on your opponent's turn, and it's a permanent buff. So that's pretty sweet. This is just a vanilla dude. Quake Strider Ceratops, 3 and triple green, so 6 mana total for a 12/8 dinosaur. Okay. You know what? If you're new to Magic, you're opening some packs. You know what might speak to you. You get Garruk's Uprising and the Ceratops here, and you're like, okay, I play my Garruk's Uprising, and then I play the Ceratops, draw a card, and I have a 12/8 with trample. I like that about the core sets, right? It's really just good honest Magic. Hey, it's me! It's me! Kellen Planner Trailblazer. My name is literally Kellen, spelled different, but just one letter off. Yeah. I think it's crazy that they introduced a character named Kellen when I was kind of like on hiatus. So he is a single red for a 2/1 human fairy scout. You can pay 1 and a red. If Kellen is a scout, it becomes a human fairy detective in games. Whenever Kellen deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library you can play at this turn. And you can pay 2 and a red. If Kellen is a detective, it becomes a 3/2 human fairy rogue and also gains double strike. That's pretty sweet. All right, so yeah, 3/2 double striker that can also like pseudo draw cards is pretty cool, and just for a 1-drop seems good. I'm okay. We have another Fleeting Flight. It's a foil. We have a double foil pack. Rugged Highlands foil land, very nice. And then another Scion of the Deep and a Koma's Coil. All right, I've taken a long time. I need to actually swap the battery. All right, back from the short break for me, but not a break at all for you. I just had to swap the battery in my camera here. So I'm gonna go a lot quicker through these, and I'm just gonna talk about maybe a little bit of what I'm seeing and kind of how I feel about the set. Well, maybe stop when I see something interesting or new, like this Axgard Cavalry. It's a Dwarf Berserker, 1 and a red, 2/2. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. All right, I really like the art in this one. That makes a lot of sense. Evan Fong, great, awesome artwork. Evolving Wilds. Ooh, a Braid. This is a nice little reprint here. 1 and a red. Choose 1, deals 3 damage to a creature, or you can destroy an artifact. So basically what I'm seeing is exactly what you would want to see for a core set. You have a lot of just really nice staples, both new cards and reprints. And as I mentioned at the start of the show, half the cards in this are reprints and half are brand new cards. We have seen a lot of duplicates, which is not too uncommon. We have another reprint here, Atali Primal Storm. It's 4 and double red for a 6/6 Elder Dinosaur, legendary creature. Whenever it attacks, you exile the top card of each player's library. Then you can cast any number of spells from among them without paying the mana cost. This is a really sweet card, especially in like Commander. We have another Crypt Feaster foil. Ooh, that looks nice. We have a Mountain, regular Mountain, and then we have another one of the art cards. Very cool. And so yeah, basically this is what I would expect from a core set. We have a lot of cards that are simple in effect. We don't see a lot of like crazy new mechanics or anything, but a lot of stuff that makes sense for the colors, and it would be a nice introduction for folks getting into Magic for the very first time. This is a Dazzling Angel, 2 and a white for a 2/3 angel, flying. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain a life. And it's also a common angel for that other creature that cared about angels. Here's another Firebrand Archer, Crypt Feaster, Stomper, Street Shark, Firebrand, Infernal Vessel. 2 and a black for a 2/1 human cleric. When this dies, if it wasn't a demon, return to the battlefield under its owner's control with 2 1/1 counters on it, and it's also a demon. So it basically has like some form of undying. So it's a 2/1. When it dies, it comes back as a 4/3. Pretty cool card, actually. You can use a lot of like sacrifice effects to make that kind of pop off. Wildwood Scourge. Was this a rare at one point? X and a green for a 0/0 Hydra. Enters with X 1/1 counters. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put onto another non-Hydra creature you control, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Yeah. Hey, play +1/+1 counters in this deck. Spectral Sailor, nice little reprint. A single blue for a 1/1 with flash and flying, and you can pay 3 and a blue to draw a card. Ooh, this is our first borderless card. Vengeful Blood Witch. So this is 1 and a black. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Ooh, interesting. So this is kind of like a Blood Artist type of effect, where it cares about creatures dying and you get to deal damage or drain your opponent. In this case, we get to drain our opponent, which is pretty sweet. So this card's this is cool. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, so it's only creatures we control, but still seems pretty sweet. Nice little Blood Artist effect. We'll put that one down here. Here's a rare Electro Duplicate. 2 and a red. Sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has haste. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this token. It basically makes it into like a ball lightning. And then also it has 2 and 2 red and flashback, which means you can play it from your graveyard, but you have to exile it after you do that. Yeah, sweet. Red likes the duplication effects. Ooh, we have a foil Bolt Wave for you burn fans out there. Dismal Backwater, the blue-black dual land, blue-black common dual, and then a Vivian Reed token, or not a token, Vivian Reed emblem, and then we have an Elf Warrior. Vivian Reed emblem gives creatures you control +2/+2, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Seems pretty good if you can pull that off. Yeah, so this is exactly what I would expect from a core set, and you know, just at the base level, looking through these first couple packs, it seems like a really solid core set. Baked into a pie, so it's a 2, and I know this card is, I've seen it before, from the original Eldraine. So 2 and 2 black, instant destroy target creature, and you get a food token, which is pretty nice. So pretty good unconditional removal. Broken Wings, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Again, we see this effect that can do multiple things. You can destroy artifact, enchantments, or a creature conditionally, similar to the other white card that we saw. We've got an Owl, Strix Lookout, 1 and a blue for a 1/2 flying vigilance bird, and then, oh, it's a looter. You can pay 1 and a blue and tap it and draw a card and discard a card. Wise, Watchful, Fashionable. I guess it does have a little bit of a hat and mustache. Vanguard, Seraph. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, draw a card. We have another, or Surveil 1, not draw a card. Surveil 1. So you look at the top card of your deck, put it back on top or in the bin, and it's a 3/3 flyer. Once again, we have another common Angel. So maybe Angels is like maybe an archetype that you can draft around. Goblin Borders, Campus Guide, 2 mana for a 2/1 artifact creature Golem. When it enters, you can search your library for a basic land, reveal it, then shuffle, put it on the top. Ooh, I don't like that one. I don't like put it on the top. I was like, oh, maybe put it in your hand would be good, but on top of your deck, it kind of eats your next draw. Maybe if you got to in a deck that really needs that. We have Pilfer, 1 and a black. Target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card from it. That player discards the card. All right, so we get a little bit of a selective card discard. I like that it has tiny bones in the artwork. Our first uncommon is Arcane Epiphany, 3 and double blue. The spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard. Draw 3 cards. Okay, so this can cost 4, and it's an instant if you have a wizard, and you can draw 3 cards. Okay, that's a pretty strong draw effect. Angel of Finality. Okay, this one definitely used to be a rare. 3 and a white for a 3/4 flyer. Actually good stats. And when this creature enters, exile target player's graveyard. This is actually like not a bad card at all. So like, it's pretty sweet to have it at uncommon here. Exsanguinate. Oh, this is a fan favorite. Ooh, beautiful artwork. I've never seen this artwork before. So Exsanguinate is a sorcery for double black and X, and each opponent loses X life, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Yeah, this is just a nice little hit everyone or make everyone lose X life, and you just gain a bunch of life. Yeah, great artwork on this one. We got the got the big serpent that we got the token for. Coma World Eater. 3 double green, double blue for an H12 legendary creature serpent that can't be countered, has trample, and ward 4. And whenever Coma deals combat damage to a player, you get 4 3/3 serpent creature tokens named Coma's Coil. Whew, that is gotta be a limited bomb. I've not played limited for this set. This seems extremely powerful. I mean, obviously it costs like 1,000,000 mana, right? It costs what, 7? But you get an 8/12 that can't be countered. It's really hard to kill because it has a ward 4. And if it hits your opponent, you just get a whole bunch of dudes. This card seems really good and limited. We got a foil Gleaming Barrier. We got a beautiful Plains, Rebecca Gay artwork, one of my favorite artists. And then a Goblin token and an Insect token. Okay. I mean, the set is pretty big, so I'm not surprised that we're still seeing like other like new cards, even at the common level. You know, this many packs in. So we have Refute, Crackling Cyclops, Make Your Move. Oh, this is the one, yeah, that I was talking about. Destroy an artifact creature or artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. That seems good and limited. Vampire Soulcaller. This is the Gravedigger. Bushwhack, Elfsworn Giant, Pilfer, Garruk's Uprising Uncommon, Brineborn Cutthroat. We definitely got another borderless card. A Slumbering Cerberus, 1/2, or it's a 1 and a red for a 4/2. Doesn't untap during your untap step. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature dies this turn, untap it. Okay. So it's like an undercosted big dog that you can, you know, untap if you kill stuff. Well, it seems maybe iffy. It seems iffy. Johnny's Pridemate is a reprint of kind of another fan favorite. 1 and a white for a 2/2. Cat Soldier. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Yeah, get huge. Oh, we got Loot. This is one of Magic's new kind of like, I don't know, marquee characters. I know that Loot is introduced in one of the sets that we will be checking out. I think he's introduced in Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which is going to be like 4 videos from now. But I don't know about Loot. He just looks, he looks weird, man. He gives me Furby vibes. 2 and a green for a 1/4 legendary creature, Beast Noble. You can play an additional land on each of your turns. Yeah, that seems really good. And then 4 and double green. Look at the top 6 of your library. You can reveal a creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from among them and put on the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Okay, Loot seems really good in limited. Probably really good in Commander. That's my take on Loot. Oh, we got a Lagak. Spitfire Lagak, 3 and a red for a 3/4. That's pretty good stats for a common. Landfall, whenever land you control enters, this creature does 1 damage to each opponent. Yeah, dude. Put this Lagak in your draft deck. Seems sweet. Ooh, we got this cool zombie necromancer lady. Zulashur Lichlord. Yeah, kind of called that one. Zombie necromancer lady, Lich. Yep, you got it. Nailed it. All right, Fleeting Flight. We got the Burglar Rats. We got another Llanowar Elves, our second one. It's pretty good. Heir Apparent. 1 and a white for a 2/2 Rabbit Noble. Just love the art. Instead of Heir Apparent, Hair Apparent. Whenever this creature enters, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Heir Apparent. So play a lot of this dude. A deck can have any number of cards named Heir Apparent. Yeah, okay, sure. I've seen this type of effect in a lot of stuff, like Relentless Rats and the Persistent Petitioner. So here's a newer version of that. I like to see that they're still incorporating this kind of mechanic in Magic. I like this one. This is a cool card. I imagine this one's probably fairly sought after. People probably really want their Heir Apparents. Ooh, Diagraph Ghoul. Pretty efficient card. It's a 1 mana 2/2 zombie, enters tapped. Yeah, it's great. Classic aggro, black aggro card. Oh, Shivon Dragon. He's only uncommon. This is my original favorite card of all time. Now, things have changed since, 4th edition when I first learned to play Magic the Gathering. But back then, Shivon Dragon was my favorite card for a long time. I'd have to say Recurring Nightmare is probably my favorite card now, but man, I love Shivon Dragon. And the artist for this, Donato Giancola, I apologize if I pronounced the name wrong, but also an amazing artist. I prefer the Melissa Benson artwork because it is very nostalgic to me, but this dude, Donato, is an amazing artist. So yeah, Shivon Dragon, 4 and double red for a 5/5 flyer. It gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Dude, I want to draft this set now. I know that Chevron Dragon's at uncommon. I want to draft this. Dude, is Sarah Angel also at uncommon? Is Sengir Vampire? I'm going to set this one to the side a little bit. We have Guarded Air, 5 and a white for a 1/1 with lifelink. And when this enters, create 2 3/3 night creature tokens. This is a fantastic card to flicker, so you can have it leave play and come back into play. Or you can return it from your graveyard into play. This is a great card to just have come into play multiple times because you just get a whole bunch of 3/3 knights. That's pretty solid. We have the Heraldic Banner, 3 for an artifact. As an enter, choose a color. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+0, and you can tap it and add 1 mana of the color. Sure, yeah, okay. Abyssal Harvester, 1 and double red for a Demon Warlock, 3/2. You can tap it and exile target creature card, or exile target creature card from a graveyard that was put there this turn. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Then exile all other nightmares you control. Okay, so basically, you can have like a nightmare dude, but it has to be a creature that died this turn, but you can only have one of them. I think this card's really cool. I like this card a lot. I really like the flavor of this one. That's a cool rare. We have another Grappling Kraken, Thornwood Falls, and then a Kaito Cunning Infiltrator Planeswalker token, and then a Ninja token. Probably to go with Kaito if I had to guess. Still only 2 mythics. It'll be interesting to see what we get here. Obviously, a single booster box is not going to be indicative of the overall pull rates for a set. That's just not how Magic has ever worked. But yeah, we have Sower of Chaos. This is a creature can't block. Another Burglar Rat. Another Llanowar Elves. Definitely have a foil something back there. Well, obviously we get a foil, but I see the foil just kind of like peeking over, bacon to the pie. Wary Thespian, 1 and a green for a 3/1. When it enters or dies, surveil 1. Okay, sure. Mischievous Mystic. So it's a... Wait, the stats are so good. It's a 2/1 flyer for 2, 1 on a blue. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, get a 1/1 blue fairy creature. Dude, this card it seems really good for limited, man. It's an aggressive flyer. 2/1 for 2. Oh, this art looks sweet. 1 and a white for a 1/1 human soldier. Resolute Reinforcements, has flash. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Okay, it's like that goblin that makes another goblin. So this has flash, so you can play it at end of turn. End of your opponent's turn, so it can attack immediately, more or less, or you can play it as like a blocker, like a surprise blocker. That's cool. Inspiring Call. This is definitely a reprint. 2 and a green instant. Draw a card for each creature you control them with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. So this is a 1/1 counter synergy card. Payoff. Battle Song Berserker. 3 and a red for 3/4. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains Menace until end of turn. Whenever you attack. All right, so this is like, it doesn't have to attack itself, which is kind of cool. And it's good stat lines. 3/4 for 4. Pretty good. We have, Sad Robot. This is another kind of classic. It's a 4-drop, 2/2 artifact creature golem. When it enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. And when it dies, you draw a card. I think this was one of Kai Buddha's player cards that he got to design and he was on the art for? I know he was on Void Mage Prodigy, but I thought he was also on Solemn Simulacrum. And then we have, Crystal Barricade. It's a foil rare. 1 and a white for a wall. 0/4 defender. You have hexproof. Okay. Prevent all non-combat damage will be dealt to other creatures you control. What? This seems really annoying. This seems really annoying. Non-combat damage. All right, yeah, dude. Just say no to red decks. I guess they have to kill this thing first. We have a foil island, another double foil pack, and then we have this cat with some scratches, little marks, like 9 lives or something. 9 lives familiar, sure, yeah. That's a cat. It's got like numbers next to the cat. It's got to be 9 lives related. We have Infestation Sage. It's a 1/1 elf warlock for 1. When it dies, create a 1/1 black and green insect with flying. Okay, cool. Grow from the Ashes. I think this is a reprint from Dominaria, one of the Dominaria sets. 2 and a green sorcery, has kicker 2. Search your library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield, then shuffle. If it was kicked, instead search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield. Pretty good ramp card. It's like a It's like a bad rampant growth initially, but if you pay 2, you get double. Oh, Talion Terror. This is a card that I play in Pauper. This card's fantastic. It's a whole Pauper deck. It's a 5/5 creature serpent for 6 and a blue. But it costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard and has Ward 2. So the idea is you just play a bunch of cards that put instant and sorcery in your graveyard and you just play it for 1. And you have a lot of really powerful like counter magic and whatnot. Squad Rallier. We're just going to go quickly through these now. Incinerating Blast. Deals 6 damage to target creature. You can discard a card if you do draw a card. Okay, here's some big damage here. Here's another Heir Apparent. So that's our second Heir Apparent. Soul Shackled Zombie. Man, we're still seeing commons I haven't seen yet. 3 and a black, 3/2. When it enters, exile 2 cards in a single graveyard. If at least one was exiled, when creatures exiled this way, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2. Okay, you actually can like kill your opponent with this guy. Ravenous Amulet. It's 2 for an artifact. You can pay 1 and tap it and sack a creature, draw a card, and put a soul counter on this. Only do it as a sorcery. Or you can pay 4, tap and sack it. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of soul counters on it. Okay, so this is a way you can sack dudes, draw a bunch of cards, and then near the end of the game, you can just crack the amulet to kill your opponent. Okay, seems pretty good, like maybe a black deck. Revenge of the Rats. 2 and 2 black. Create a tapped 1/1 black creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. Flashback. 2 and 2 black. Bro, it's like spider spawning, but for rats. Some people might not know what I mean by that, but spider spawning is a card that made a bunch of spiders for cards in your graveyard. Yeah, this will make a bunch of rats. Cool. And it has flashback. Cool. Revenge of the Rats. Yo, Blanchwood Armor. This is a reprint from like Urza's Legacy or something. It's a 2 and a green enchanted creature. Gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Gonna get pretty big. Pretty big. Self-Reflection, 4 and double blue. Create a token as a copy of target creature you control and also has flashback. Okay. So this is how they're making a clone for the set. Gives you a token copy, but it's just a sorcery and has flashback, which is pretty nice. Just not uncommon. Pretty good. Hey, we have the 9 Lives Familiar, but different artwork. There's the cat. Look at he's so cute. We have 1 and double black for a 1/1 cat. This creature enters with 8 revival counters on it, as if you cast it. When it dies, if it had a revival counter on it, return to the battlefield with 1 fewer counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. So you can just keep sacking this dude. The cat goes pretty well. Like if you're playing limited, right, and you draft this cat, getting the amulet seems like a next nice pickup, right? Because you can just keep sacking the cat to drawing cards. Seems pretty good. So that's our rare. Got the cat. And then we have an Arcane Epiphany foil. This is the draw 3 cards one. And then a Jungle Hollow. And then a food token. Look at that maybe delicious looking food. Oh, it looks pretty good. I was like, is that a fish head? I don't think it's a fish head. Maybe it's like a bread loaf or something. Bread loaf. I'm enjoying opening this set, by the way. It's really cool to see a core set like this again. I know they didn't have core sets for a long while and they brought it back. The fact that this one's going to be in standard for a long time is really interesting. Courageous Goblin. It's just a bear goblin. So 1 and a red for a 2/2. You call that a bear. It's a goblin. Whenever this creature attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, this creature gets +1/+1 and gains menace. Okay. All right. I like it. Marauding Blight Priest. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses a life. Ambush Wolf, 4/2 flash. When it enters, exile up to 1 card from a graveyard. Okay, you can hit your opponent's stuff with the Ambush Wolf. Think Twice, classic. 1 and a blue, instant draw card, and it also has flashback. This is a great, very good card for all those other blue and red cards that care about you casting instants or sorceries, or just non-creature spells in general. Got the Giant, Pilfer, Cat Collector. Got a crazy cat lady. 2 and a white for a 3/2. Whenever this creature enters, create a food token. Whenever you gain life for the first time during each of your turns, you get a cat. You get a 1/1 cat, sure. Gain life payoff, you get a bunch of cats. Deadwing Scavenger. This looks cool. Nightmare Bird. 1 a blue and a black for a 2/2. Flying. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Seems really good. And then Threshold. This creature gets +1/+1 and has Death Touch as long as there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Okay, so it's just a 3/3 with Death Touch if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard. But when it enters or attacks, you get a draw card and discard. It seems really good. Seems pretty solid for limited. Brazen Scourge. This is a 1 and double red for a 3/3 gremlin with haste. Okay, this is one of the creatures from Kaladesh, or I think it's called Avishkar now. We have Vampire Gourmand, connoisseur. I don't drink wine. 1 and a black for a 2/2, creature vampire. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature, like that cat. If you do, draw a card, and this creature can't be blocked this turn. Okay, yeah, sack that cat. That cat seems pretty good. I pointed over there, but the cat's right there. We have our rare is Sear Slicer Goblin. I love that they have goblins in the core set, just by the way. 1 and a red, 2/1 Goblin Warrior Raid. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That seems pretty solid. Thrill of Possibility. This is 1 and a red. As this will cost to cast a spell, discard a card, and draw 2 cards. Yeah, you play this type of effect in some Pauper decks, like Pauper Rakdos Madness. There's some better ones that you can play, though, over that. We have Rugged Highlands, and then this is like a school. It's got a big owl dude at a school. Confiscate. Okay, I thought there was going to be a green card, but Confiscate. Ooh, I'm going to scoot my chair up a little bit. Confiscate is a reprint of a creature enchantment. It's either 3 in double blue or 4 in double blue, and just gain control of enchanted permanent. It's really good. Bake into a pie. I would guess it's uncommon now. I realize I'm also just putting cards in the wrong piles. So yeah, let's get. Ooh, broken. Oh, we saw Broken Wings. I see it. And I'm like, I don't know what this card is. Wait, what? Hidetsugu's Second Right is an uncommon in the core set. So 3 in a red, instant. If target player has exactly 10 life, Hidetsugu's Second Right deals 10 damage to that player. This is the card from like Champions of Kamigawa, like one of the original Kamigawa sets. Could be from like Betrayers or something. I don't remember exactly which one. But this is crazy in a core set. This is funny. This is actually really funny. Oh, Serra Angel. They did make Serra Angel again, and it's an uncommon. 3 and double white for a 4/4 flying vigilance. Classic card from Alpha. I love that both Serra Angel and Shivan Dragon are both in the core set. Both at uncommon. Very cool. Though Serra Angel was it always uncommon, and then they made it a rare, and I guess they shifted back to uncommon. Anyway, Zombify, another classic card. 3 and a black, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, this is great. I always like picking up at least some sort of effect like this when I'm drafting black, especially if the set supports it, and it seems like this one definitely supports graveyard synergy. Dwynen Gilt-Leaf Dane. I think this is also a card that's been shifted down from rare. 2 and double green, 3/4 with reach. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever Dwynen attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking elf you control. Yeah, really solid elf, payoff card. It really feels like all of Magic's like greatest hits are supported in this set. Hey, here's a regular version of that Crystal Barricade, the foil that we got earlier. Ooh, we got a foil Ravenous Amulet. Hey, we need a foil cat to use the amulet. That's kind of cool. And then we got a swamp token. Ooh, cool looking swamp token. And then we have a food that's also a treasure. Trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood. If you know the game, let me know in the comments down below. We definitely have a foil that has the D in the name. Involuntary Employment. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap the creature, it gains haste, create a treasure. Okay, yeah, it's just a steal opponent's dude for the turn. Burnished Heart, nice little artifact elk that lets you go search your deck for 2 basic lands, and you put them on the battlefield, which is pretty nice. Probably pretty good in any of those black decks that let you sack dudes, but just generally pretty good. Ooh, Hero's Downfall at uncommon. This also used to be a rare. 1 and double black for an instant, destroy target creature, Planeswalker. Premium removal. I imagine this is probably one of the best removal cards you can get in this limited environment. Really nice. We have Klinquant Sky Mage, 3 and a blue for a 1/1 flying bird wizard. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay, this bird could get huge, dude. Yeah, just draw a lot of cards. Soulstone Sanctuary. So we have a rare land. You can tap it for a colorless. And you can pay 4, and this land becomes a 3/3 creature. Oh, okay. I see. So it becomes a 3/3 creature with vigilance and has all creature types. It's still land. So it's permanently a 3/3 creature, but it has all the creature types. It's kind of like a Mutavault that just stays a creature. It's a 3/3. That seems pretty good. That seems like it's, once again, pretty good for limited. Ooh, double rare pack. This was a mythic. We have Zimone, Paradox Sculptor. So 2, a green and a blue for a 1/4 human wizard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. Okay, that seems really good. Pay a green and a blue, tap it, double the number of each kind of counter on up to 2 target creatures and or artifacts you control. Okay, it just seems really strong. Pumps up some of your dudes and you get a double counters on stuff. Yeah, it makes sense why this is a mythic. She seems very good. Very cool card. We have a foil, beautiful, beautiful Dazzling Angel. A foil Swiftwater Cliffs, very nice. That's the red blue dual land, and then a rat, also a zombie. So we have three mythicals, 3 mythics so far. In the comments section, if you're watching this far, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I would like to know folks' opinions of this set, and in fact, of every set that I do in this series, because I'm going to be coming to these, you know, with not a lot of hindsight. Cephalid Ink Mage, because you know I missed all these sets on my hiatus, with one minor exception. I did buy a bundle of Edge of Eternities because it looked really cool. So I have a little bit of experience with Edge of Eternities, but not a ton. So I'd like to kind of hear the folks' consensus after the fact, after I give you my opinion of it. But honestly, I think the set's really cool so far. It's kind of hitting all the notes for a core set for me. So 2 and a blue for a 2/2 Octopus Wizard. Oh, they made Cephalids into Octopus. Cephalid used to be its own thing. It used to be like a Cephalid. Anyway, a Cephalid was introduced in Odyssey block. When this creature enters, surveil 3. Okay. Threshold, this creature can't be blocked as long as there's okay, so it becomes unblockable. So it's a 2/2, threshold unblockable. You also get a surveil 3 when it enters. Okay, that seems pretty good. Nessian Hornbeetle, 1 and a green for a 2/2 insect. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, if you control another creature with power 4 or greater, you get a 1/1 counter on this. Okay, well, it's another one of those 4 or greater payoffs. Get a big beetle. Stroke of Midnight, 2 and a white, destroy target non-land permanent. Seems good. Its controller gets a 1/1 human creature token. Seems good. This card seems really good for an instant. Yeah, this also seems like a premium removal in Uncommon. Inspiration from Beyond, 2 and a blue, mill 3 cards. I like how it just says mill, which means take the top cards of your deck and then put them in your graveyard. Then return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That seems really good. And then has flashback for 5 and double blue. Okay, yeah. This is for any of those Spellslinger decks that run a lot of instants and sorceries. Seems kind of cool. We have a rare legendary Lathril Blade of Elves. 2, a green and a black for a 2/3 elf noble with menace. Whenever Lathril does combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green elf creature tokens. Sure, that seems good. And you can tap it and tap 10 untapped elves you control, and each opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life. Big elf payoff. And I think this is a reprint. I think I've seen this card before. Yeah, cool card. Nice elf card. Yo, look at this cat. He's so cute. Helpful Hunter. It is a 1 and a white for a 1/1 when it enters draw card. It's a elvish mystic, but it's a cat instead. I love it. I love it. And then we have a foil Scoured Barrens. I wonder if we're gonna get one of each of the foil dual lands. It feels like we're on our way. And then Food Treasure. Now we're getting to the point where I might super speed, because we're like we're a little bit into the video here. Ooh, we got another Borderless card here. Oh, Burst Lightning. We do get good removal. Hold on. Well, we already saw some good removal, but what I mean was we do get good, damaging spells that can go either to a creature or face for red. I was hypothesizing this earlier with that red spell that only dealt damage to players. So it's a single red for an instant with kicker 4. Burst Lightning deals 2 damage to any target. If it was kicked, it deals 4 damage instead. This is a great card. This is premium red spell here. That's great. Ooh, Macabre Waltz. We get 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand and then discard a card. This is a sweet card. Good artwork with Liliana. Cackling Prowler. Runaway Together. These are some cards we haven't seen before, but I'm gonna start skipping them because, man, we got a lot. We got a lot more packs to get through. But this is cool. It return 2 target creatures controlled by different players to their hands. So you can bounce one of your dudes and bounce one of your opponent's dudes. It's kind of cool. Ooh, 3rd Heir Apparent. We have a Wary Thespian, Empyrean Eagle. This is one that pumps all of our flyers. Another Cephalid Ink Mage. Another Nessian Horn Beetle. Ooh, Think Twice. Oh, this is beautiful artwork, dude. So this is another one of those like extended art cards, but this is for Think Twice. This is really nice. It's very pretty. Here's, oh, Genesis Wave. What? Okay, this is a great card. So this is triple green and X. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You can put any number of permanent cards with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put all cards revealed this way that weren't put on the battlefield into your graveyard. So you just Genesis Wave for like 6 or something and put all the cards into play. This card's sweet. This is a great card. We have a foil Sanguine Safanair, Thornwood Falls, and then a I think this is one of the art's for one of the forests, right? Forest. Yeah, it's got Vivian on the art there. All right, so we have 3 mythics, 3 of the extended art cards. Raccoon. Here's a raccoon. There's a 3/3 raccoon token. Or another Banishing Light. I do like that how this is at common. Seems like a really good common to have for limited. Bacon to a Pie seems like another really good common. Removal does seem really good in this set. Okay, we have Aegis Turtle. It's a 0/5 turtle for 1. That's all it does. Just big turts. Tragic Banshee. 4 and a black for a 5/3 with Morbid. Oh wait. Yeah, no, this is different. When this creature enters, target creature and opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. If a creature died this turn, it gets -13/-13. Woof, you play this basically after you attack and something dies, and then you just drop this and kill their biggest thing. Yeah, I thought this was a reprint. No, this is not. This is a different card, I think. Twin Blade Blessing. Does it give double strike? 1 and double white, flash, enchant creature has double strike. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. Double strike's a big house. Our second Dwynen for that elf deck. Man, you can make a sweet elf deck out of this box. Bro, Elvish Archdruid. This pack is big elf deck, man. This is a reprint. Great card. 1 double green for a 2/2. Other elves you control get +1/+1, and you can tap it and add a green for each elf you control. This card's fantastic for elves. We also have a mythic Quilled Great Worm. What is, it looks like something from Tremors. So this is 4 and double green for a 7/7 trample. Whenever creature you control deals combat damage during your turn, put that many 1/1 counters on it. Whenever any creature, wow, okay, that seems good. You may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters from among creatures you control, in addition to paying its other costs. Okay, so it's a 6 mana 7/7 that just makes all of your stuff huge for attacking, and then also it's resilient. This card seems also really sweet. This is a really cool, like, big green Timmy card. I like it. Here we have Bite Down. This is the bite that we talked about earlier. We have a full art island. I don't know why I was gonna look at the back of the island. The Elf Warrior, because I was gonna look at the back of this token. Very curious if we got like Sengir Vampire reprinted again. I think I mentioned that already, but I kind of like looked off to the side, saw the Serra Angel, and I'm like, do we also get the Sengir Vampire? Dwynen's Elite. I think this used to be uncommon. 1 and a green for a 2/2 when it enters. If you control another elf, make another elf. Make a 1/1 elf. Pretty sweet. Yeah, so elves are definitely a thing. Quick Draw Katana. 2 cost during your turn. Equip creature gets +2/+0 and has first strike, but only during your turn. Okay, that seems pretty good. +2/+0 on first strike, only on your turn. So basically, when you're attacking, seems okay. Stroke of Midnight. This is that sweet destroy a non-land permanent. Great removal. Inspiration from Beyond. Vengeful Blood Witch. This is the regular version of this one that we got earlier. Sun Blessed Healer. 1 and a white for a 3/1 with Kicker. A Kicker is 1 and a white. It has a lifelink, and it enters. If it was kicked, you can return target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This seems really good. Okay. In your like white, aggressive-ish kind of deck, this is basically a 4-drop. It's a 3/1 lifelink that brings back a 2-drop or less. Seems pretty good. I like it. Blasphemous Edict. Want to bet that there's like 13 of these things here? They really like 13. So it's 3 and double black for sorcery. You can pay black rather than pay the spell's mana cost. If there are 13 or more creatures on the battlefield, yep, each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice. Huh. I mean, that seems pretty good. That seems like basically just a board wipe in Limited, right? In Constructed, probably still a board wipe. In Commander, I don't know. I've seen some huge Commander boards. But yeah, seems like a pretty sweet board wipe. We have a foil Burnished Heart. Very nice. And then an island, and then a cool looking Drake token. And a Goblin token. This Drake reminds me of something from like Monster Hunter. Yeah, this set seems like a pretty sweet set. I'm simultaneously just interested in all the new cards, but also pretty nostalgic for a lot of the stuff here. Gold Vein Pick. 2 cost, equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure, equip for 1. Okay, that seems okay. That seems fine. Probably not a great card limited, but it seems okay. Rune Sealed Wall. 2 and a blue for a 0/6 wall with Defender, and you can tap it and Surveil 1. Yeah, that seems alright. Once again, I put this in like a red-blue, control spells deck. So you can have this dude that just can block, and then you can surveil and play all your spells and stuff. That seems good. Goblin Negotiation. X and double red for a sorcery. This deals X damage to target creature. Create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to the number of excess damage dealt to the creature this way. Ah, interesting. Okay. So if you hit something, you hit a 2/2 for 5, you get 3 goblins. Interesting card. We have Dauntless Veteran. A 1 and double white for 2/2. Whenever this attacks, creatures you control get 1/1 until end of turn. Oh, I've seen other cards like this. This one actually might be a reprint. Seems good in your like go wide deck. Our rare is Swift Blade Vindicator. This art looks really sweet. It's a red and a white for a 1/1 human soldier with double strike, vigilance, and trample. Yeah, this is the card you want to put any of the pumpers, anything that you can pump up. You want to put it on this card. Any of those like cards that put counters on something, you put it on this card. This seems sweet. Oh, okay. We got a mythic Planeswalker. This is the extended or borderless Planeswalker. We got Kaito Cunning Infiltrator. So 1 and double blue. We got his emblem earlier. Legendary Planeswalker Kaito. He's 3 loyalty. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaito. Up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. That seems pretty sweet. Draw a card, then discard a card. His -2 is you get a 2/1 ninja. Also pretty cool. And then his -9 is you get the emblem with whenever a player casts a spell, you get a 2/1 ninja. Okay, sweet. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is a cool Planeswalker, right? It's a 3-drop Planeswalker. He gets more loyalty whenever you hit your opponent. You can immediately make one of your dudes unblockable, hit your opponent, get more counters, and then you get a draw card and discard a card. Or you can just make a ninja. He seems cool. Only a 3-drop. I don't know, I like him. He seems good. We have Goblin Surprise. 2 and a red, choose 1. Creatures you control get +2/+0 or get 2 1/1 goblins. This card seems sweet. This card seems really good. This is gonna kill people. Creatures you control get +2/+0 is Trumpet Blast. But this is a Trumpet Blast that you could also just make some goblins if you don't have any creatures. This card's really good too. There's some good cards in this set, man. Got a Plains, probably from New Capenna. Looks very deco. We have, it's a cat lady. It's that crazy cat lady we got earlier. Yeah, I mean, this is. I think I mentioned this already, but this is basically everything that I want from a Magic core set. In a way that also it feels really Magic to me, because I have seen a lot of stuff that doesn't feel Magic to me, and maybe we can talk about that as we get into some of the later sets. But I do want to give all those later sets, Swiftfoot Boots. I want to give all those later sets a really fair shot and kind of like take them for, take them at the value that they're presenting, right? Swiftfoot Boots, yeah, this is a great little, put this in Commander, I guess. Probably really good in Limited. Give your creature hexproof and haste for just 1. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Affectionate Indirect, this is the one that fights something. This is a Valkyrie that gets 1/1 counters whenever you play an angel. This is Bulk Up. Yo, he's got those anchor arms. 1 and a red for instant. Double target creature's power until end of turn, and it has flashback for 4 and double red. This is also just going to kill people. You play this in Limited, you attack, and your opponent's like, I'm not dead. You attack with your 5/5. You bulk up and you hit him for 10. All right. Curator of Destinies. 4 and double blue for a Sphinx 5/5. Flyer, can't be countered. Whenever this creature enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library and separate them into face-down pile and a face-up pile. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put that pile in your hand, and the other in your graveyard. I love this card. This seems really cool. I love like the mini game type of effects that they sometimes do. This one's cool. I like when they do that kind of stuff. Ooh, another Affectionate Indrik, foil beast. Another beautiful basic land by Rebecca Gay, the Swamp, and then an Elf Warrior and a Raccoon token. As far as like core sets go, this one also seems like, you know, really fun to just play in limited. It feels like a really balanced limited set. There are some powerful cards. Like we have like the Bulk Up, which like doubles a creature's power. Which is kind of what you want to see, because sometimes in core sets, you just get stuff that's just not strong, and it could lead to really slow and grindy games. Here's Tatyova Benthic Druid, definitely a reprint. 3 green and a blue for a 3/3 Merfolk Druid. Landfall, whenever land enters, land you control enters, you gain a life and draw a card. This is a really good card. Ooh, Rexage. What? It feels like it's like 2016 Commander or something. Rexage is 2 and a green for a 2/1 Elf Shaman. When it enters, you can destroy target artifact or enchantment. Also, really good. You don't even have to sideboard this one. You can just play this main deck because it's just a creature too, in limited. Good Fortune Unicorn. One of any, a green and a white for a 2/2. Whenever another creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Okay, yeah, that seems really good in this go wide green-white deck. Mischievous Pup. It's my dog. My dog is much cuter than this dog. This dog's cute too, but my dog's a cute little fluffy long-haired chihuahua. But she is mischievous, for sure. 2 and a white for a 3/1. Creature dog with flash. When this creature enters, return up to 1 target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Okay, you can actually save something, right? This sounds like a downside, but you flash this in when one of your things is about to die to save it. And then you also get this 3/1 dog. We have High Society Hunter. Ooh, I like this one. 3 and double black for a 5/3 Vampire Noble with flying. Whenever the creature attacks, you can sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. And then whenever another non-token creature dies, draw a card. Wait, whenever another non-token creature dies, you just get to draw a card anytime that happens? That seems really good. The art is fantastic as well. I like this one a lot. And then we have a foil Runaway Together. We have an island with our buddy Kaito just chilling right there. And then we got another Drake token. Got the Kaito to go with Kaito. Speaking of my dog, she has entered the studio and is now trying to dig into the carpet. She's just trying to make it comfortable for herself. If I wasn't abundantly clear that this section of the video is very, very casual. Stab. Target creatures -2/-2 until end of turn. Yeah, Stab Wound is a card that was an enchantment that gave the creature -2/-2, so that makes sense. Beastkin Ranger, 3/3 trample for 3. And then whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0. Sure, yeah. Mocking Sprite, 2/1 flying, instants and sorceries. You cast cost 1 less. Okay, that seems pretty good. We're still seeing some commons I haven't really seen yet. Helpful Hunter, that's the cat that draws you a card. Goblin Surprise, the Trumpet Blast that can also make 2 goblins. Eaten Alive, Involuntary Employment. Felling Blow, 2 and a green. Put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control, then that creature deals damage equal to its power to a creature an opponent controls. Okay, yep. Good green removal. Savannah Lions. Here's another absolute classic Magic card from Alpha, though it used to be rare back then. But yeah, Savannah Lions. It's a 1 white for a 2/1 cat. Yeah, dude. I love that there's the Alpha cards in here. Wardens of the Cycle. It's a 3/4 Elf Warlock. 1 of any, double green and a black, morbid. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature dies this turn, choose 1, gain 2 life, or draw a card and lose 1 life. This card seems really good in limited. I said that a lot, but yeah, that seems really good. Draw a card. Hey, look, we got loot again. So we got 2 loots in this box. So this is the regular loot. I mean Furby. Oh, here's another mythic. Okay, I have seen this one because I saw some people post about this thing. Sire of 7 Deaths. It is a 7 mana, just 7 color, or 7 mana of any color, generic mana. Creature Eldrazi. It's a 7/7 with First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Lifelink, and Ward. Pay 7 life. So 7 cost, 7/7 with 7 abilities. Chef's kiss, dude. Flavor Win. Seems like a really powerful card, especially in limited. Could be really powerful in other formats too. Yeah, this seems really good. I like this one. Very, very cool. I'm happy we got that one. We have Gutless Plunderer, Skeleton Pirate, 2 and a black for a 2/2 Death Touch. Already pretty good. And then raid whenever this creature enters. If you attack this turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards back on top and the rest in your graveyard. Okay, okay. Seems good. Bloodfell Caves, and then just an axe, just a hand holding an axe. I really like the art in this. What is this? Leyline Axe. Looks cool. I dig it. Dig it. We're almost done with the box, by the way. But for me, personally, I'll give you my full final thoughts and the outro. But for me personally, this feels like a pretty big slam dunk, like a pretty big win. We have Beastkin Ranger. Like this is looking through the set, getting the vibe of it, getting a feel of like all the cards and the effects and everything. Feels like a very authentic Magic the Gathering experience, which is what you'd want with the core set. It just feels very Magic to me. Oh, 1,000 Years Storm. I think this used to be a mythic. For a blue and a red for an enchantment, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery you've cast before it this turn. You can choose new targets for the copies. This card is crazy. This is a super cool card. Big payoff for your instant and sorcery deck. Very cool. Hey, a foil Evolving Wilds. Very nice. And then we have a Blossoming Sands, and then he's just a guy, just a human token. Oop, almost dropped the human token, and a knight on the other side. Is a 3/3 knight? Oh yeah, it's a 3/3 knight. That one card, that noble or whatever, made. It's like a 6-mana 1/1 with lifelink, and when it enters, it makes like 2 of the 3/3 knights. Look at this fish. Look at this fish token. Luminous Rebuke. Oh, that's one of the first cards we saw. Yeah, destroys a tapped creature. Gorehorn Rider. Here's the Plunderer. Another Giant Growth. Erudite Wizard. Dazzling Angel. Prideful Parent. 2 and a white for a 2/2 cat. Vigilance. When it enters, create a cat. Yeah, big cats. Well, here's that Lagak. Spitfire Lagak we got before. Fiery Annihilation. 2 and a red. Instant. Deals 5 damage to target creature. Exile up to 1 target equipment attached to that creature. If the creature would die, exile it. Okay, yeah, this also seems like good removal. And also just random equipment hate. Seems pretty good. By the way, I see something here. I think it's foil and has an S. Bro, if it's a Sire of 7 deaths, that would be pretty sweet. We have Secluded Courtyard. As this enters, choose a creature type. Add colorless, or you can tap and add 1 mana of any color. Spend it to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, or activate an ability of a creature source of the chosen type. Okay, yeah, if you're playing like a big deck that has a bunch of like elves or goblins or whatever, this seems pretty solid for that. Ooh, Vampire Nighthawk. Classic. 1 and double black for a 2/3 flying death touch lifelink. It's a vampire shaman. Bro, Vampire Nighthawks in this set? This set's sweet, dude. Okay, yeah, this card's sweet. I love that it has death touch and lifelink. This is just a fan favorite card. I still like running this in my Vampire Commander decks, even though it's been outclassed a little bit lately, but it's still pretty sweet. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. All right, talk about like all-time greats. 1 and a green for a 2/2 creature ooze. You can pay a green and exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a creature, this gets a +1/+1 counter, and you gain 1 life. This is just a classic graveyard hate. I think it's been outmoded lately, but it's just such a sweet card, man. So yeah, man, really happy to see the Scavenging Ooze. Oh my god, it is. This is a borderless foil Sire of 7 deaths. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm not doing any financial analysis or anything like that. That doesn't matter to me for the series. But I gotta know this card's gotta be worth something. Yeah, so this is the regular art, and we also got the extended foil. Very cool. I wonder if do people run this in Tron? Like, I play Pauper Tron, and obviously this would be a huge slam dunk in that, but in like actual like modern Tron, is this good enough? It seems really good. And I love how, okay, I just want to put this out. I love the templating on this version, right? Because you have all of the keyword abilities just in a list format here, so you can see all 7 of them listed out. Whereas this one, it's fine. It's just templated normally, right? So it's got two per line. But this one looks very nice. So, okay, we take that. We got 2 borderless mythics here, and then we have a Swiftwater Cliffs and then a fairy token on the backside of the fish. Yeah. So, by the way, I'm not saying that I really like this set just because I pulled this cool card. I was saying it before that. Just the, you know, let it be known, let it be known. Dwynen's Elite at common is still super cool. Yeah, this seems like really fun to draft or play sealed or whatever. Mild-Mannered Librarian. It's a green 1/1. 3 and a green. This creature becomes a werewolf, put 2 1/1 counters on it, and draw a card. Activate only once. Okay, that seems sweet. You play it on like turn 1 or whatever, and then when you have enough mana, it becomes a 3/3 and draw a card, and you draw a card. That seems pretty good. Reassembling Skeleton, classic. 1 and a black for a 1/1. It's a skeleton warrior. You can pay 1 and a black and return this from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This is super good with anything that cares about sacrificing things. There was that vampire we had earlier. That this one, right? Whenever another non-token creature dies, draw a card, and whenever this creature attacks, you can sacrifice another creature, and this gets a 1/1 counter on it. So yeah, you just do that with the skeleton every single turn, draw a card, get the counters, the skeleton just keeps coming back. Yeah, this is sweet. Heartfire Immolator. 1 and a red for a human wizard 2/2 with prowess, and you can pay a red and sack it, and it deals damage equal to its power to a creature or planeswalker. Okay, so you can play a bunch of stuff, prowess this thing up, maybe get an attack in, and then you can sack it and blow up a creature or something. Seems pretty good. Micromancer. 3 and a blue for a 3/3 human wizard. When this enters, you can search your library for an instant or sorcery card with mana value 1, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Go get your Ancestral Recall, put it in your hand. Interesting. It's a kind of a cool card. I don't know, I like effects like this. Oh, Runescar Demon, another reprint, another classic. Speaking of tutors, 5 and double black for a 6/6 demon with flying, and when it enters, search your library for a card and put it in your hand. Yeah, this card's sweet. I used to have this in like actually it might still have it in my Kalia of the Vast deck, the commander deck. Yeah, pretty cool. I have a foil one of those for that deck. Fleeting Distraction. This is the cantrip, gives a creature -1 and draws a card. And we have a foil Forest. And then we have this is the Alesha we had earlier. The art version of that. Just the piles are getting out of control. They were getting out of control. So I think we have 6 to 9 more packs left. As I mentioned earlier, I think this one's going to be quite long. We have another foil like borderless thing. Okay, sure. Why not? Why not? Tolarian Terror. I'm going to be thinking about how to make these a little bit quicker in the future. Yeah. Divine Resilience. I do want to read the cards though. That's the whole point of the video. We got 1 white instant, kicker 2 and a white. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. That seems really good. If the spell was kicked, instead any number of target creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. This seems really good. This actually might be good for my Zephy. I don't remember her name, but she's the one. She's Chun-Li. She's the in-universe Chun-Li. This is good. Imprisoned in the Moon. This is another reprint. 2 and a blue. Enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent is colorless land with you can tap it and add 1 colorless mana, and it loses all other card types and abilities. Yeah, you turn something into a land. You imprison it in the moon. Got another Abrade. Fantastic. Kiora, the Rising Tide is our rare. 2 and a blue for a 3/2 legendary creature, Merfolk Noble. When Kiora enters, draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. Seems good. And then Threshold. Whenever Kiora attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you can create a Scion of the Deep, a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature. It's that 8/8 octopus that we got a while back. That seems crazy. So she helps fuel your Threshold, and then when she attacks, she just makes an 8/8. Obviously, your opponent has to block this, but you just make this unblockable with like Kaito or something, and you just go to town. This is sweet. Ooh, Omniscience. All right. Oh, wait, I just put Kiora in the uncommon. So we have another borderless mythic, Omniscience. Awesome looking artwork. 7 and triple blue. It's an enchantment. You can cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Classic card. This is one that you all want to cheat into play and then just play your entire deck, essentially, is what you do with Omniscience. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Once again, I love how they're including like really powerful and iconic reprints. And then we have, a foil extended art Refute. This is the counter a spell, draw a card, and then discard a card. I'll put this one down here. Then we got Blossoming Sands, and then Elf Warrior. All right, so we have eight mythics so far, but 3 of them are the borderless, and one of them is like a borderless foil. So we've actually only gotten 5 of the just regular mythics. Yeah, we're Overrun. We're gonna go blast through all these. Now, Overrun, classic card. Triple green and 2 of any. Creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Great way to just win the game. I love that there's just actual Overruns in the set. Very cool. Juggernaut. All right, yeah, another just classic card. 4 mana, 5/3 artifact creature Juggernaut. It attacks each combat, and it can't be blocked by walls. It's just a 5/3 for 4. Just beats down. We have Dragon Trainer. I'm not sure what this one is. The new, for me at least. 3 and double red. When it enters, you get a 4/4 dragon. Yeah, that seems good. Sure. This is another card that you want to keep flickering or getting back, reanimating, bouncing back to your hand, playing. Put this in your red-blue deck with your Runaway Togethers, and you return this to your hand, play it again. Seems good. Seeker's Folly. 2 and a black. Sorcery, choose 1. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Creatures opponent's control. Get -1/-1 until end turn. This is just power crept Mind Rot. Mind Rot was just 2 and a black. Target opponent discards 2 cards. This is that, but you could also just give all your opponent's stuff -1/-1. That seems pretty good. Our rare is Ashroot Animist. This is a 4/4 lizard druid for 2, a red and a green with trample. And then when this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains trample and gains XX until end turn, where X is this creature's power. Yeah, this seems good. Seems like a nice red-green card. Given something else +4/+4 and trample, or bigger. Nice. Oh, foil Vampire Nighthawk. Let's go. Let's go. Might actually put this in one of my Vampire Commander decks, of an Edgar Markov deck. Foil Vampire Nighthawk. Very cool. Forest of Food. I'm very curious to see the longevity of this particular set, since it's going to be in print for so long. It really does feel like the set is like a slam dunk to me. Like these are all like fantastic cards, cards that I personally just want to see in a core set, right? Heroic Reinforcements. 2, a red and a white for a sorcery. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Until end of turn, creatures you control get 1/1 and gain haste. What? That seems so good. Yeah, for your token deck, you basically make 2/2s with 2/2s with haste, and all your other guys get +1/+1. You got another Johnny's Pridemate. Got the Skyship Buccaneer. You got a Meteor Golem. This is a 7 mana 3/3. When it enters, you can destroy a non-land permanent. It's a pretty solid card. Got a borderless High Fae Trickster. Beautiful. 3 and a blue for a 4/2 flash flying. Seems good. You can cast spells as though they had flash. It seems good. This card seems really good. You put this in my fairy deck. I have a Commander fairy deck that I haven't updated in a very long time, but this seems really good for that deck. So another borderless card. Where was I putting borderless rares? Probably just with the rares? I'm not sure. We have an Elvish Regrower. Oh, this is the dude that can get back permanents, right? Yep, I remember that. Bloodfell Caves, and then a Zombie Insect token. Oh, this is the green-black flying insect token. Did I put any other borderless ones in here? I don't think so. I not put foils in here. Maybe I put the. Oh no, I put it down here because I put loot down here. Yeah. I remember. How many packs left? We got like 6 packs left. It's been a while since I've opened up a 36 pack like booster box, so there's a lot of packs to get through. This video is going to be quite long. Sword of Chaos, got the Burglar Rat, Stomper, Bouncer, Flight, Icewind Elemental. It's a 5-mana 3/4 elemental creature flying. When it enters, draw a card and then discard a card. Okay, that seems okay. Limited. Another Evolving Wilds. Joust Through. For a single white instant, Joust Through deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature and you gain a life. Okay, I've seen effects like this, like Sunlance and stuff. Essence Scatter at uncommon. Interesting. So 1 and a blue, just counter target creature spell. This is a reprint. Was common before. They upshifted it to uncommon. Very likely because of limited. It was probably like too good and limited. Yeah, it's a nice one to just have around. Wait. Perforating Artist. 1 a black and a red for a 3/2 creature devil with Death Touch. Raid at the beginning of your end step. If you attacked this turn, each opponent loses 3 life, and that player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice or discards a card. Whoa, that seems also really good. Yeah, seems pretty solid for an uncommon. Billowing Shriekmass. 3 and a black for a 2/3 flyer. When it enters, mill 3 cards and Threshold. It gets +2/+1 as long as you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard. It just becomes a 4/4 flyer if you have Threshold. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Consuming Aberration. This is also a reprint from, I'm gonna say Alara Block, or maybe Innistrad. 3 a blue and a black for a Star Store Horror. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. All opponents, so great for Commander. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land, then put the rest of those in the graveyard. Or then put those cards in the graveyard. So yeah, it just mills them a whole bunch of cards, which is good. Just big mill card. And I know this is another big fan favorite. Ooh, Foil Burst Lightning. Nice. I'll take that. I'll take a Foil Burst Lightning. That's sweet. Then we have a Windscarred Crag. And then whatever. That is really pretty, whatever that is. Genesis Wave. Oh, okay. That's just an alternate art for Genesis Wave. Or maybe it is the art for Genesis Wave and I forgot already. But I want to go look. It is alternate art, not the same art. Okay, so there is an alternate art Genesis Wave. That makes sense. It's an iconic card. Lots of like really powerful iconic stuff in here. Gorehorn Raider. I would love to see whatever the big mythic dragon is. They usually make like a big mythic dragon. I would like to see what it is. They usually make like a mythic creature of like the iconic creature of whatever the the color is. So like an angel, dragon, demon, a worm, I guess, for green. Inspiring Call. We saw this one already. We have Battlesong Berserker. Divine Resilience, Imprisoned in the Moon. Our rare is another Alicia who smiled at death. Nice. Ooh, foil Giant Growth after the Foil Burst Lightning. Of course, that's sweet, man. We have a Full Art Forest and a Spirit Token. Spirit Cat. Look at that cat. That's cute. Show me Mythic Dragon. We have, definitely got a red one back there. Oh, I think it's the Firebrand card. Hey, I'll take another foil one if it is, by the way, because I run that in some decks. Midnight Snack. My dog loves those. 2 and a black. Enchantment Raid. At the beginning of your... I love how it has Raid. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, you get a food token. And then you can pay 2 and a black and sack it. Sack this enchantment. Target opponent loses X life and you gain X life. Or target opponent loses X life, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. The fact that it has a raid is really funny. Like, you raid the fridge. I do like this level of humor for Magic. This is the level of humor I like for Magic. Like the fishing pole and the midnight snack, I dig it. Got another Swiftfoot Boots, second copy. Heroic Reinforcements. Another Anchor Arms. Ooh, Day of Judgment. This is just Wrath of God. 2 and double white, destroy all creatures. Yeah, nice. It's always great to have this in Standard. Great to just have this card in general. Just the classic board wipe. The one printed in Alpha, Wrath of God, does the same thing, but the creatures can't be regenerated, which is kind of redundant these days because I really don't print creatures with regeneration, but yeah, really nice to see that. Yeah, and it is the Firebrand Archer. Yeah. Really nice to see this in foil. It's a nice one. And then we have a, beautiful foil Full Art Island here with Kaito. That makes sense. That makes sense. We got the Kaito. And we got the artist signed loot, which is also really funny because, well, we got 2 loots in the box. Of course, we'll get the artist signed loot as well. All right, we just have 3 more packs left, and then a little bit of my final thoughts about Magic Foundations. Hey, here's a dragon token. 5/5 Raymond Swanland art dragon token. But yeah, this has been really enjoyable. I will say that. Adventuring gear. 1 for an artifact equipment. Landfall whenever a land you control enters. Equip creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and it equips for 1. Yeah, okay. You put this on that thing with like double strike. You put that on that rare that had like double strike and trample. Yeah. Beat face with that. Fire Spitter Whelp. Oh, it's a cute little dragon. 2 and a red for a 2/2 flying dragon. Whenever you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. I love this card. It's so cute. I love it. One of my favorite cards in like, old Magic is the Dragon Whelp. I really liked the fire. I like this guy. He's cool. Fiendish Panda is a panda. 2 a white and a black for a 3/2 bear demon panda. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay, so it's like a Johnny's Bridemate. Whenever this creature dies, return another non-bear creature with mana value less than or equal to this creature's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, the bear seems cool. Bear seems really good and limited, really grindy. Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, this is a nice one. It's a single green. For an instant, you put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control, and it gains hexproof until end of turn, which is really good. And then we have a rare, Ghalta, Primal Hunger. This is just regular Ghalta. It's a 12 mana, 12/12 legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. It's funny, we also got a Tali as well. So we got two of the original Elder Dinosaurs from Ixalan. It costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control, and has trample. So it could feasibly be a 12/12 for 2. But I like having Ghalta just in standard as well. It's just a big dinosaur. Yeah, this is a very quintessential Magic card these days. Gorehorn Raider. This is the Minotaur Pirate we got earlier. Ooh, another foil full art swamp. I really like this swamp. It looks really cool. I love just kind of like, you can see like the fires in the darkness. I dig it quite a bit. Oh, this is a dragon. It's a 4/4 dragon, and then the 5/5 dragon. So you got both dragons. I like that. I really do like that quite a bit. All right, 2 more packs to go. We have the Guts Soldier token, and then Grow from the Ashes, Mocking Sprite, got the Helpful Hunter, Goblin Surprise, seems really good, Gnarled Colony, Icewind Elemental. So our first uncommon here is Arbiter of Woe. 4 and double black for a 5/4 demon. As initial cost to cast the spell, sack a creature, has flying, and when this creature enters, each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. You draw a card and gain 2 life. This seems super good. This is also really good to get back from your graveyard into play, because that additional cost, the sacrifice a creature thing, is an additional cost to cast it, not to like bring it from your graveyard into play. So reanimating this is pretty good. Eager Truffle Snout is a boar. 4/2 creature boar for 2 and a green with trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you get a food. I like it. I like it. I like the boar. He's cool. Feybloom Trick, 2 and a blue. Instant. Create 2 1/1 blue fairies with flying. When you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. That seems really good. Yeah, it's not quite Lingering Souls, which is this without the tap effect, but with flashback. But it seems good for fairy deck. Seems good for limited. Got Rogue's Passage. We got My Passage. Yeah, this is a sweet card. You give something unblockable. It's just a land that taps for colorless, and you can pay 4 and tap it, and target creature can't be blocked this turn. I dig it. Hey, we got the Lich Lord we saw earlier. Zul Ashur, Lich Lord. So she is a legendary creature, zombie warlock, 2/2 for 1 and a black. Ward, pay 2 life, and you can tap her, and you may cast target zombie creature from your graveyard this turn. This seems really sweet. This is a great zombie card, dude. Like a great zombie-themed card put in your zombie deck. I dig it. Foil Spectral Sailor, very cool. I do have one of the anime, the anime girl ones from Jumpstart. Run the anime girl one over that. We have Forest, and then another cute rabbit token. All right, this is our very final pack of our first box of Foundations. Let's check it out, and then we'll give you my final thoughts of this set. We have Fleeting Distraction, Healer's Hawk, classic reprint, Sure Strike. Oh, I love this one. Fake Your Own Death. The card's so cool. We got Bite Down. We got the Spitfire Lagak. Got the Icewind Elemental. Got the Slumbering Cerberus as our first uncommon. We got the Twin Blade Blessing as another uncommon. Double Striker. Got the Tragic Banshee. Ooh, so our rare here is Giada or Giada. I think it's Giada. Font of Hope. 1 and a white for a 2/2 Flying Vigilance. Each other angel you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each angel you already control. So for her, if you just have her, they would just get 1. And you can tap her to add a white, spend this mana to only cast an angel spell. This card is super good, dude. I like this card quite a bit. You have a 2/2 Flying Vigilance for 2 is already pretty good. And that also just ramps your angels and pumps your angels. This card seems sweet. And then we have, oh, Mythic in the last pack, Rise of the Dark Realms. I remember when this card was worth quite a pretty penny. I have an original copy of this one. So this is 7 double black for a sorcery. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. This card is awesome. This is awesome. I like this card quite a bit. One of my favorite commander finishers. This card's super cool. So very, very happy to get another Rise of the Dark Realms. And then we have our foil is, Foil Hero's Downfall. This pack is sweet, dude. And then our final land is the Dismal Backwater. And then we have, we got the Fishing Pole. The Fishing Pole for the final art card. And just kind of like as overall tally here, we got 9 mythics, including 3 of the extended arts. One of them was a Planeswalker, and one of them was this Sire of 7 Deaths, which seems pretty cool. And then other borderless cards, we got 5 others, 2 of which were rares. Yeah, this was really fun. Let's go ahead and go back to me, and we'll finish the video. Foundations feels like the quintessential Magic the Gathering core set. I personally really enjoyed opening that booster box and experiencing the set. I loved seeing a ton of old callbacks all the way from back in Alpha and throughout the course of Magic the Gathering's history, as well as a bunch of new cards. Cards that felt really powerful and really felt like if you played this in a limited environment, games wouldn't be too boring. They wouldn't stall out too much, as happened a lot with previous core sets, because they just didn't print a ton of super powerful cards in those core sets. Now, that's not to say that there weren't powerful cards in previous core sets. We had like the Titans and everything, but what I am saying is that this one feels just a little bit more modern in terms of Magic the Gathering design, in that the cards actually looked and felt powerful. It made me really want to draft the set. It looks like a really fun draft environment. I really think that this might just be one of the best core sets that they've ever done. And it'd be really interesting to rank and look at every single core set throughout Magic's history and kind of give my thoughts on every single one of them someday. But this one feels up there. This one feels really good. And I think it has to. I think you have to have this set be good, because it's going to be in Standard for so long. As I mentioned, from 2024 until 2029. That's kind of like the projected time period that this set is going to be legal in Standard, which is a very long amount of time. And for a set to be that long in print, especially like a core set, you need it to be good, and you need to have cards that are relevant and are hopefully relevant throughout Standard's history. So you have, like I said, alpha cards in here. You have stuff like Llanowar Elves, which is just an extremely efficient, maybe the most efficient mana dork of all time. It's just a 1 mana, 1/1, you tap and add a green. And having that here just makes a lot of sense. You also got a really strong sense of a lot of the archetypes present in each of the colors. You had white with this kind of go wide, play a lot of smaller dudes, but they can get pumped up by like +1/+1 counters. You had green, also +1/+1 counters, but they want to be big dudes for green, power 4 or greater. You had blue and red that both cared about spells, like non-creature spells. But red had a lot more direct damage, as you would expect. Blue had a lot more card draw, and you sometimes saw like a mix of like these mechanics and colors. Black obviously cares about the graveyard and graveyard interaction, but also some other stuff, maybe some life gain here, where white also cares a little bit about life gain. I think it did a really good job of presenting all of the 5 colors of Magic to anyone, like a new player or someone like me who is like checking out this set for the first time. You can really get a sense of what Magic is and what they're going for. And I really like how they it felt like a very authentic Magic the Gathering set, almost old school to a certain degree. Sets that I really loved in the past. So I'm gonna give Foundations a big enthusiastic two thumbs up. I don't know if I'm doing like a thumb rating system. I don't know if I'm doing a rating system, but I really like this set. I think that the set is really cool, and it really resonated with me as someone who's been playing Magic since 1995, but also someone who's kind of just like getting back into Magic and seeing this kind of like the newer take on things. So I really thought this set was great, and I think it's a good start to this MTG Flashback series. So I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you watched this far, first of all, bless you. You watched such a long video. But second of all, a comment down below, because you're probably the only person who watched this, because this channel's still really small, and I imagine not a lot of people are going to watch this video. To the one person who watched, well, hey, how's it going? Comment down below your favorite card that we opened today, or maybe just your favorite card from Foundations. It's a really cool set. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps, especially this video and this channel, since this is a new venture for me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you next time for some more Magic the Gathering content. Later, everyone.